Hello.
Hello. I'm gonna drink straight from the vodka bottle now.
Very nice. Very nice. Product placement.
It's water though. But
Yeah. Yeah, so how are things going with the project?
I had actually some thoughts. Now I just need to dig them out of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they?
Yeah, I've definitely had some thoughts. I'm trying to recall. No, I did think about
we
this.
We should
What's
make
that?
a track like that, you know.
Yeah, just keep the tension as long as possible.
No, yeah, but it would be like a fun sort of 80s loop type of track. Like,
Yeah.
I had some thoughts. I also had some thoughts.
Yeah. Nice.
I had some thoughts.
That's right. I mean, yeah, I like the idea of everything we talked about as far as just like we do like a pilot kind of thing, or just like one episode that might go somewhere and might become a multiple thing, but it also can be on its own, like its own work, its own, own work. It stands on its own. So, yeah, I mean, I've thought like, I've definitely have thought about, I mean, again, I have some questions too about where could the format of it and then the topic, like what's the overall framework of the work, and again, if it's like a more podcast type thing or like an audio work, which has text and some kind of artistic sonic experience or music, or some kind of sound design. So I guess I don't know, like, have you had any additional thoughts on like what the topic could be? The project, the 10001, maybe there are more zeros. Part of the theme could potentially be about New York.
It has to be something that is personally interesting to me, and of course to you. It doesn't need to be something like, what is current these days, like what would people be interested in. I think that's secondary, because I believe that if we talk about something that we both are very, very like genuinely interested in, we could talk about no, this is one option, only one. For instance, you just arrived to New York, and I've lived here for 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm actually thinking to leave New York. And this is the first time in my life ever that I would ever consider that, because it's almost like I've gone through divorce of my husband. I've been together with, not before even married, about 9 years. And it was like a really partner, like best friend. And then that was like a big shift, but breaking up with the city is like, to me, in a way, like just as big of a shift.
Yeah.
I'm not saying 100% that I'm doing that or not, but that's the first time I'm considering it. It would be interesting to see someone entering and someone exiting. To me, like the perspectives, how, for instance, you read, like when did you move to New York?
I moved in last fall.
Fall? Okay,
Of
so you're
2019, yeah. I've been here closing in on a year, actually. I moved
okay.
in basically October, mid-October.
So you saw it being normal, the city.
Yeah, and I visited a lot before.
Yeah, you know exactly how it felt before.
Yeah, definitely.
You also saw the change now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first time being in New York was about 9 years ago. But I obviously didn't move here.
You know, the way I feel right now in the city is like, you know, when you are in a very, very good party and the lights are on and the people are there and you're like, wow, it's so beautiful. It's like you're a bit drunk, maybe a little bit like high or something, and you're like, wow, this is so sexy. And then, you know, like around 5 or 6 in the morning when lots of people left and the lights are still on, the DJ is still playing, but there's like all this trash that's left, and like you're kind of one of the last people that are still there. You're like a little bit hangover, and you're like, oh damn, like all of the decorations were like made out of paper, and then now it's melting because of all the beer, and you know, and you're like, damn, like what is this trash place I am in? Like because once the people leave, you know, the party, once the high is down, you're like you're somewhere at this like a strange
realization.
Like,
I mean, it's certainly one way of a party ending. I mean, there's some parties like, oh, everybody left, but now I'm with my best friends, or like I've made new friends or whatever at the end, you know, like it can be different every time. Sometimes you stay and it's just like, I stayed too long. I shouldn't be here. This is I clearly stayed too long.
But I mean more like I'm trying to find that moment in other situations where you wake up suddenly from illusion of like, oh wait a second, like, or when you take all of the good and excitement out of it, like like let's say for me what's holding me in New York 100% is nightlife.
As far as your description of so when you're saying like is that towards the end of the party and like people have left, is that what you feel right now?
No, I don't have one. Like for instance, if I would say, hey, I'm moving out of New York, I want to do the go away party, like, you know, after 10 years of living in the city, you have tons of like good friends that you can invite, even just for like a dinner. I wouldn't have one person to invite right now.
Like, oh, really? Because people have left?
Not one person is
because people have left?
Yeah.
Wow.
All of my family, you know, like over this many years, there are people that are family to me. None of them in New York.
Wow.
For the past, it's crazy. Like I'm trying to call them now, and like I'm trying to get in touch with some of my friends. Like a lot of them are somewhere upstate, in their own home countries, no, somewhere, but not here.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And it was so weird because I only realized it just like maybe like a month ago or something. Like I was just like in my bubble of like, okay, we have to be in the social distancing, and I was just busy working on my stuff, like reflecting on my life. But now like season is sort of starting in September, and I'm like, shit. I've texted all my best friends now, and none of them are planning to come back.
Oh, damn.
You know, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to be swearing, actually, but
it's okay. I don't care.
But it's an extremely weird feeling. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have that experience yet, obviously, because I haven't been here for that long. Like I know people here, but I don't have that loss, if you will, like being here for 10 years and then seeing people leave.
But not only people leave, like, fine, I'm not the best friend to my best friends. I was busy working most of the time, or like working in nightlife, but actually also my nightlife side has left. Like the clubs have closed. It's just strange.
Yeah. Well,
um, that it's strange is fine, but at the same time, and I believe there is something, there has to be a void for something entirely new at an entirely new level to happen again. I'm sure. So I'm not saying this in like dramatically negative way at all, actually. But like negative space or like void is a void.
Yeah, no, I definitely could feel that. Yeah.
It feels empty. Like
Yeah, I can feel that. Yeah, but I mean, I think I think we kind of talked early on that when there's a void, eventually something will fill up again. That means there's space for something else to come in. And I mean, it does seem like the city is gonna eventually come back in a new form, in a new way. We don't know how long it will take, but exactly. But I do agree that it's not going to be this way forever.
No, it won't. But it's also interesting because I'm an optimist and I love like, projecting positive visions and everything. But sometimes it's nice to acknowledge that something is in a limbo or something is actually empty or is not functioning. Yeah, at least in the way it used to.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's interesting that you say that in general about the city. Yeah.